necessary to recite a marsiya. Please recite a loud salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil faraj.
بالخیز پاسباں ہے یہ کس کی جناب ہے مریم درود خواہ یہ کس کی جناب ہے شان خدا یہ کس کی جناب ہے دہلیز آسمان ہے کس کی جناب ہے دہلیز آسمان ہے یہ کس کی جناب ہے کرسی زمین سے لیتی ہے گوشے پناہ کی بیٹھا ہے عرش سائے میں کہ بیٹھا ہے عرش سائے میں کہ اس بارگاہ کی الفت خدا کے بعد حبیب خدا کی ہے منصف کے پاس یہ بھی بلا کبریا کی ہے پروانہ فاخ کینہ شکایت غذا کی ہے ایذا فخر جدائی خیر الورا کی ہے ایذا فخر جدائی خیر الورا آب و غذا کی فکر نہ سونے کیا دھیان ہے آنکھوں میں شکل باقی آنکھوں میں شکل باقی رونے کا دان بیٹے پکارتے ہیں کہ للہ بہارا اماں نہ اتنا رو غلاموں پہ رحم کھاؤ نانا کہاں گئے ہیں بلا لائے ہم بتاؤ ہم کپڑے پھاڑتے ہیں نہیں تو گلے لگاؤ ہم کپڑے پھاڑتے ہیں نہیں تو گلے لگاؤ نانا کے بعد ہائے بے قدر ہم ہوئے سو بہتر حضور کے بھی سو بہتر حضور کے بھی پیار کم ہوئے میری طرف سے اہل مدینہ کو تو پیام لوگوں خفا نہ ہو میری رخصت ہے صبح و شام دو چار دن تمہارے محلے میں ہے مقام رونے کی دھوم ہو چکی اب کام ہے تمام رونے کی دھوم ہو چکی اب کام گھبراتی ہوں وطن میں سفر کے مہینے سے بابا سے دارو کام مجھے بابا سے دارو کام مجھے کیا مدینے سے اے میری फाखशान मेरी नादार अम्मा जान, ऐ मेरी बेदवा मेरी बीमार अम्मा जान, काबे की आबरू मेरी सरदार अम्मा जान, ऐ मेरी साबिरा मेरी नाचार अम्मा जान, ऐ मेरी साबिरा मेरी नाचार अम्मा जान। नाना मुई तो थी कोई ताज़ा खिता दो, अम्मा जवाब दो, अम्मा जवाब दो मेरी अम्मा जवाब दो मेरी अम्मा जवाब दो।
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad ajil farajahum. Jazakallah.
And now I would like to invite Brother Murtaza Hassan for a short speech. Please recite aloud salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad ajil farajahum.
One more last salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad ajil farajahum.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Today I want to speak to you about a great tragedy that has been largely ignored by the world. The destruction of the cemetery of Jannat al-Baqee in Saudi Arabia. This cemetery is considered one of the holiest sites for Muslims all around the world despite sect, as it contains the graves of many of the Prophet's family members and companions. Yet this sacred place was destroyed in 1925 by the Saudi government. This destruction was not an accident or a natural disaster. It was a deliberate act by the Saudi government, which was then controlled by the al-Saud family, to eradicate all signs of Islamic heritage that might compete with their own religious authority. As a result, countless graves of some of the most important figures in Islamic history were destroyed, including those of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad ajil farajahum.
Rasulullah's wives, daughters, and grandchildren. This was a massive cultural and historical loss for the Muslim world. Sadly, this act of destruction was not an isolated incident. The Saudi government has a long history of repressing religious and cultural diversity. For example, the government has destroyed the houses of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad ajil farajahum.
in Makkah and Medina, as well as other historical and religious sites. This disregard for the cultural heritage of Islam is deeply concerning and should be condemned by all Muslims and people of conscience around the world. The corrupt and authoritarian nature of the Saudi government is also evident in its policies toward its own people. Despite being one of the richest countries in the world, Saudi Arabia has some of the highest rates of poverty and income inequality in the region. The government has a notorious track record of human rights abuses, including the imprisonment and torture of political figures, journalists, and activists. Women and religious minorities are also subject to discrimination and persecution, and we cannot forget our Shia brothers and sisters who are in harsh conditions there and are under taqiyya right now. Can I get a loud salawat for the back over there?
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad ajil farajahum.
Brothers and sisters, they claim showing respect to the graves of people such as Imam al-Hassan alayhi salam. Can I get a salawat?
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad ajil farajahum.
Also Imam al-Sajjad alayhi salam.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad ajil
And also Imam al-Baqee, Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad ajil farajahum.
They claim showing respect to the graves of these infallible imams is shirk and bid'ah. Brothers and sisters, only shirk and bid'ah here is being done by the Arab world. At the 2022 World Cup, Arab nation leaders, which include Saudi leaders, We're seen kissing the trophy and sometimes even kissing the game ball itself. But according to these people, kissing the tombs of the infallible imams is considered shirk. What is this?
Hypocrisy.
The audacity of these people is crazy. Brothers and sisters, a quick Google search on Google. If you search up Saudi Arabia and Halloween, you will see the newfound celebrations they commit, where they are partying in the streets and dressing up, imitating creatures, monsters, and doing a lot of obnoxious things. Yet this is not labeled shirk, and nothing is done about it. This all goes back to this sick and twisted view of Islam, where they believe everything is shirk, so it can all benefit their corrupt agenda. Us as Shias, I know we've been fighting for hundreds of years, but it's time to speak out it's time to tell the whole Muslim world to speak out against the corrupt and oppressive policies of the Saudi government. We must demand that the Saudi government respect the cultural and religious heritage of Islam and end its repressive policies towards its own people. We must also call on our own government to hold the Saudi government accountable for its actions and stop supporting its destructive policies. Can I get a loud salawat?
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil faraj.
And now I would like to invite Maulana Raza Mehdi Naqvi for the Majlis. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil faraj.
برای دختر رسول خدا فاطمه الزهرا بلندتر صلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجه.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته جميعا. The request of Al-Fatiha for all the awliya, salihin, siddiqeen, shuhada, your marhameen, our marhameen, especially for the believers who have been working toward the truth and the right causes, and for the return for Imam al-Mahdi عجل الله تعالى. اللهم
صل على محمد وآل
محمد وعجل. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. Inshallah, for the acceptance of the Majlis, we say a loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil faraj. So that inshallah the special attention of our Imam be with us. Please say a louder salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil faraj. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that inshallah He may hasten in the return of our Master, our Mawla, Imam Mahdi Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Sharif. We say our loudest with salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ما شاء الله ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. الحمد لله والثناء لله رب العالمين. والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرج. ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين إلى قيام يوم الدين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. ربي زدني علما وعملا والحقنا بالصالحين. اللهم أخرجنا من الظلمات الوهم وأكرمنا بنور الفهم. وقال الله سبحانه وتعالى في القرآن المجيد وكتاب الحميد: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ومن يعظم شعائر الله فإنها من تقوى القلوب. صلوات الله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرج. وقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم: فاطمة بدعة مني. صلوات الله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. All praise and thanks is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who favored upon us and He connected us with the beautiful household of Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajjal farajahum. And He further completed His favors by filling our hearts with the love and affection and wilayat of Amir al-Mu'mineen, Imam al-Muttaqeen, Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajjal farajahum. And we can never ever thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enough for this very specific blessing, that He connected us with the door of knowledge. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. He rightly said that Ana Madinatul Ilm wa Aliyun Babuha, that I am the city of knowledge and Ali alayhi salam is his door. And he said that whoever wants to enter the city of knowledge and wisdom shall enter through the door. So when you connect with his household, when you connect and associate yourself with Amir al-Mu'mineen, Imam al-Muttaqeen, Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajjal farajahum, you are able to benefit from what he has to say. And in his nasiha and in his wasiyah, his will, he specifically said that, and we all know it, he said that Quna liz-zalimeen khasma wa li mazlume auna. He said, always be enemy of the oppressors and always be friends with the oppressed. Tonight we have gathered here for remembering and protesting against the darkest of the days in the history of mankind, when rightly how my brother, he was just letting us know that what exactly happened. It is a day, we do remember it and recall as it as a day of destruction of al-Baqee and the grave and shrines of Muhammadu Ali Muhammad alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajjal farajahum. And the shrines and graves of his parents may be sacrificed upon them. Ummahatul Mu'mineen, the mothers of the believers, the companions. But in reality it is beyond that. It is not only that those graves they were disrupted or the shrines, rather Islam itself was disrespected and dishonored through this act. Why? Because those individuals, you know what Quran says? When the Prophet of Islam, Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajjal farajahum, Quran says about him something. It says that it's not you who is doing the acts. Rather, it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who is doing it. In the physical scenario, apparently it was Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. It was him, he was doing it. But the Quran is saying that no, it's not you, it's Allah. Why? Because Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he is representing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is apostle of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is Khalifatullah on the earth. So he is representing him. He is symbol of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These shrines, Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, and everything which has to do with that era of Islam, the era of light, it basically represents Islam. This is the very reason when our Mawla, Sayyid al-Sajideen, Zain al-Abideen, Hazrat Imam Ali alayhi salam, Ali ibn al-Husayn alayhi salam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. When in one of the courtyards, he was letting people know who he is. What did he say? He did not only say that, oh, I'm son of Hussein ibn Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. Rather, he said that, Ana ibn Safa wa Marwa, Ana ibn Makkah. He was saying that I am somebody. We know he is son of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, grandson of Mawla Ali alayhi salam, grandson of Fatima Zahra salamullah alayha, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. But he's saying that I am the one representing Safa and Marwa. I am the one representing Makkah al-Mukarramah. I am the one representing Madinatul Munawwara. It's me. I am the one who's doing that. What does it mean? That it's not only me, it is rather the whole Islam. What is Safa Marwa? Quran says that Safa min Marwa, Safa Marwa min Sha'air Allah. What is Sha'air Allah? I read this very verse of Quran as a title verse for this session in this Majlis. And it goes like this. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ومن يعظم شعائر الله فإنها من تقوى القلوب. And man, whoever يعظم, he respects, or that person respects شعائر الله, Allah's symbols. Sha'air is a plural for symbol. Symbols. So therefore, what comes in when something has been said, and now the result. فَإِنَّهَا, that respect, that honoring of the symbols, مِن تَقْوَى الْقُلُوبِ, from the piety of the hearts, from the God-wariness of the hearts. What are you saying that? If you're somebody who's respecting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's symbols, it is not possible without you respecting and honoring the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which results into taqwa, God-wariness. You honor Allah, you say, Ya Allah, you are the one who my master, my Mawla, my provider. Whatever I have in my life, it is from you. I know you are causes of all the causes. It is you. My whole life, my existence depends on you, Ya Allah. Now that I know whatever I want in my life, whatever I want to achieve in this life, wherever I want to get to in this life, you are the causes of all the causes. Yes, this world is the world of cause and effect. But remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is not dependent on any causes to give an effect. He is musabbabul asbab. Allah is causes of all the causes. But on the contrary, every cause is dependent on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give you the result. This is why people who are in the field of medicine, they know that exactly same medicine will at times work on someone, the other it won't work. Or in other things. You would see that I have done everything right, but on that day I couldn't do it. Apparently you had all the causes set up, but you don't get the effect. Because you cannot get effect without Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's permission. Right? So, when you realize that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's your master, your mawla, your provider, it is Him, He's in charge of everything of yours, then you honor Him. God-wariness is not just, you say, oh, I'm fearful of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm fearing. No, it's not like that. It's rather recognizing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's station, Allah's maqam, Allah's place, then honoring Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now coming back to what we're talking about. Allah is saying in Quran, and it's the truth. It says that وَمَنْ يُعَظِّمْ شَعَائِرَ اللَّهِ فَإِنَّهَا مِنْ تَقْوَى الْقُلُوبِ. It is not possible for anybody to honor and respect Allah's symbol except for their hearts being God-weary. That respect and honor for respecting and honoring the symbol of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes from pure hearts. Right? So, and rightly the brother also mentioned this, and I'm going to talk further about it. That the whole thing, what happened almost 100 years ago in Baqee and around it, it was done in the name of shirk as in ascribing part of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But that was just like a clothing around the reality. What is the reality then? And we being believers, mu'mineen, we have to be smart. We have to be intelligent. We need to have insight. We need to look at things properly and clearly. For us to understand this better, there are two categories of people and how they behave in certain scenarios. Number one, when they find someone who is better than them or the best at something, what is the attitude toward those people? They say, sam'an wa ta'an. I accept your authority. You are the best. I'll follow you. I'll take your guidance. That's how a certain group of people whose hearts they are ready to accept the truth, who have purity in their hearts, who are humble, who don't make an issue of their ego that, oh, how can I let this person do that or that person do that? Oh, this person is younger than me. Oh, he just came in the town. This and that. No, they say, alright, you're the best? Okay, because you are the best. The intellect says that whoever is the best at something shall do it, you do it. We are with you in whatever way we can. That's the type of people who are ready to accept the truth, who are pious. They know it's all about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It doesn't matter if my face is there or not. It doesn't matter if I am there or not. The thing should be done properly. Right? But there's also another kind of people. And who are those people? Those people, when they interact with someone and it is established that they're better than them. But what happens? Because their hearts are not pure. Because they have not worked on themselves. Because they don't fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the meaning Allah wants them to fear. What happened is that unconsciously they follow shaitan, iblis. For a bit, take your hearts toward Quran. The book Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed for us to benefit so that we can become God-weary and get to that success. Right? Look at the story of Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, ala nabiyyina wa alayhi salam. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Adam alayhi salam, He ordered every one of the malaika, the angels, and whoever was at a similar level to them. That you do sajda to Adam alayhi salam. And Quran says that all of them, they did sajda except for who? Illa Iblis. And then explains why. That Iblis didn't do it, Shaitan didn't do sajda. Why? Because he became arrogant. He said, I am better. He said that I am better than all of you. That insan, Adam alayhi salam, who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created, he said, oh, I am made from fire, and this Adam alayhi salam, he's made of clay. And in his opinion,
fire was superior than the clay. And little he knew that this is not the scenario.
Muhammad wa ali Muhammad ajil farajah. So what happened was that even though he knew Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one ordering it, right? That's where we have to be careful and pause and understand this. There was no doubt in it. The command wasn't coming from somebody who could make a mistake or didn't know. It was coming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah knows the best. Right? Still, Shaitan, because of his ego, because of not being pure enough, said, I'm better.
Completely neglected that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is Him. He is the one. He's saying that, do sajda to Adam. That now I am going to not do it because I'm better. So now look at the category who are like that, right? Even when they realize that somebody is better because of their ego, because of their selfishness, because of being somebody who is not ready to accept the truth, what happens is that they say, I am the one who is going to be up front. I shall get the station. I shall get the position. I should be the face of everything. And if we look further into that, what was happening at that time? Haven't we really, studied this and read that Shaitan, Iblis, was one of those people who had been worshipping for a long time. Even though Iblis was not an angel, but because of the worshipping, Iblis was elevated to the rank of the angels. So by that worshipping, Iblis really wanted to be somebody special. Right? You can understand like that. That he was like, I am somebody who has been worshipping for thousands of years. Now, when the talk is about the appointment of Khalifatullah, Allah's representative on the face of the earth, how can somebody else go and become that? If you try to understand that, maybe this is something which was going on. He wasn't willing to accept that. He wasn't willing to digest that. While I'm here, I've been doing this for such a long time. How can somebody who just came new about to be created just out of the blue, and now I have to obey that person? Neglected the fact that it's not about who was before. It's about listening to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when somebody who is there and has the capability, please allow salawat Allah. Thank you, brother. May Allah bless you. So, this category of people, coming back to normal people now, right? Said there are certain people, what they do is that when they find somebody who's better than them, they accept them and they say, alright, you're going to be at your service, you do it, we'll follow you. But the other category, because of their disease, spiritual disease, not being God-weary, not being able to accept the truth, they say, no, I cannot accept that you're better than me. Okay, until here we talk a lot about this. What happens next? What happens next? When somebody doesn't accept the spirituality of the other person, then they think that, alright, this person who's superior than me is what? Obstacle and hurdle in me getting to the highest of the places. Because until that person exists, I can never go sit there. Right? If a person who has all the characteristics and the abilities to govern, to work toward a society which can help the whole humanity, which can provide peace and justice, which can provide stability, which can provide excellence, perfection in any of the fields, may it be science, medicine, economy, whatever it may be. Right? If that person is going to exist, nobody's ever going to come to me and listen to me. And then what they do is they become enemy of that person. And not only they become enemy of that person, they become their enemy to an extent that they want to remove them. Not only they want to remove them, they want to remove every single sign and symbol of them. And this is where I'm trying to get you toward. The issue of Baqee is not a mere issue of shirk, ascribing partners in the form of graves. It is all about personalities, individuals, the social political leadership, who in reality have the characteristics and the capability to govern the humanity, to take them to excellence. This started from when? When Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad mu'ajjal farajuhum, on the day of Ghadir, in his final sermon, Hijjatul Wada, he said, Man kuntu mawlahu fahaza aliyun mawlah. Whoever I'm master of, Ali alayhi salam is the master, that person as well. Right? So he described that this person, the very way I am somebody who had that capability and the characteristics and the personality, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose me as the leader of the whole humanity, Rahmatul Alameen. I am somebody whose existence is mercy for all of the worlds. That I am somebody who is able to provide that humanity and the worlds. Right? In a similar way, this Ali alayhi salam, he's also like that. He also has all of those characteristics which are necessary for an individual to govern and take the society toward the right direction and help them become successful. What happened? There are certain individuals out there, they were not ready to accept the truth. They were not ready to accept with one excuse. Another said, no, you can't do this, this and this. Not only they didn't let Ali alayhi salam, get into power, but also they kept fighting him, oppressing him. Anyone who would stand for him. And this is the reality of Hazrat Fatima Zahra salamullah alayha. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil faraj. Let's not fool ourselves. It was never about a piece of land. It was never about that. It was about that hadith, if you want to understand in this way. Where Rasulullah, Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, he said that Fatima bid'atum minni. What does it mean? It means that Fatima Zahra salamullah alayha, she is part of me. Ya Rasulullah, you are the best of the mankind. We haven't seen anybody better than you. You're not someone who would just say things which people already know. Wasn't the meaning that she's your daughter? We all know that. The whole society knew it. Rasulullah, he's somebody who doesn't talk unless wahi comes in. We say he doesn't say useless things. Why would he say something which everybody already know? No, there's a purpose he's saying that. When he's saying that Fatima bid'atun minni, he's saying that Fatima Zahra salamullah alayha, she's part of me. In what meaning?
Only the Nabuwa which is just associated with me and the divine Prophet, take it out. Every other quality which I have, bravery, generosity, knowledge, infallibility, whatever is out there, she's just like me. And not only that, if I'm somebody and I say, go with that person, what happens then? Because I'm Allah's authority on human beings, that means that whoever I'm pointing toward, wherever I'm standing, that is the truth. That is something which you need to follow. If I make somebody your leader in charge, alright, you follow them. Wherever I will stand, that's where everybody needs to stand. Fatima Zahra Salamullah, Fatima Bitul Minni is in the meaning that wherever Fatima Salamullah Alaiha is going to be, on whatever side she will be, that's where I, Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. When Zahra Salamullah Alaiha, she went to the courtyard, and the history wrote it. It was a protest that, oh, those of you who are sitting on the throne, I have nothing to do with you. Rather, I see you taking my rights. The only daughter of Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. I see you oppressing my rights. The whole world, look at that. Those individuals were claiming to be successors, they are not even giving me my rights, being the daughter of Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. And whatever happened afterwards, it just showed the whole world that this Fatima bidatum minni, the Fatima who's part of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, she has nothing to do with those individuals. She's doing bara'ah. This is the real bara'ah. Disassociating yourself from the falsehood. Disassociating yourself from corruption and oppression. This is what bara'ah is all about. Bara'ah, to be far away. That's what bara'at is. But I have nothing to do with you. Now, when she went there and claimed everything, and you know the whole story, and until her last breath, she said, I don't want to see those faces. I don't want to talk to those people. And to an extent that even her grave was kept hidden. Allahu Akbar. So that nobody can come and say, oh, we were the ones giving ghusl and kafan to Fatima Zahra Salam, we were with her. We are the one who buried her. Sit down on her grave and say, oh, we are the ones, she is with us. Say, now, for the world to know until the day of judgment. Then no, I have nothing to do with these individuals. Right? So, keeping that in your mind. Throughout the history, one after another, all of the al-Baqee, why were they martyred? Through sword or through poison. Why? Because every individual who was out there sitting on the throne, when they realized that these are the individuals who are the infallible, they're the most knowledgeable, most pious, most generous, they are the one who are in reality the successors of Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. He would say that until they are there, we are at stake. Our throne is at stake. People, when they would see, that's how usually the awam is, the people they are willing to accept the truth. They are willing to stand with the truth. People are amazing. People are beautiful. They don't accept falsehood that easily. They don't accept corruption that easily. This is why Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum had said that shaitan, one of the ways shaitan fool people is that he folds the falsehood in the clothing of truth. He manipulates people because he knows that people, they're not going to come for corruption. People are amazing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created every human being on fitratullah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves people. People are amazing, but shaitan tries to manipulate people. So he's like, people, when they're going to see those qualities in these individuals, they're going to come and challenge us, stand with them, and our government is going to be at stake, going to lose it. This is why one after another they kept martyring one another, Imam alayhi salam, in one way or another. And like I said, when a person is fearful, when they're power hungry, they just don't stop at there. They want to remove every single sign. What is Baqee? Baqee is a place where 6 of the infallibles, as per the tradition, they are buried there. Starting from Hazrat Fatima Zahra Salamullah alayha Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. As per some of the rawayat, she's buried there. The others about near the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam as well, in a room as well. Imam Hassan al-Mujtaba alayhi salam, Imam Ali Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam, Imam Muhammad Baqir alayhi salam, Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq alayhi salam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil faraj. Having them all together at one place. What message did you get then? That these individuals, they are the ones who were imams. They are the social political leaders. They are the infallible. These are the successors. Whenever somebody is going to go to Baqee and they see that these individuals, even after, you know what, you've seen Mashhad, you have seen Qum, you have seen Samara, you have seen Karbala, you have seen Najaf, you have seen Qadiman. Even thousands years later, these people who have been martyred, oppressed, their shrines are shining, lighted, millions of people going there. It makes people go crazy. Why? Imagine a place where 6 of the infallibles they are buried. How much attention Karbala gets? We know it very well, right? How much attention on Arba'een and Ashur and all those events? How much attention the whole world, like, what is happening there? Who is this? Imagine 6 of the infallibles, Imams, and Hazrat Zahra Salamullah alayha Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. People go and they get to see the Aza'a. They get to see that light. They get to see that how crazy people are getting for these individuals. They'll start questioning, who are these? And when they'll find out, right, then who are you? Who are you to sit on the throne of Makkah and Medina? This is not your father's inheritance. These are Sha'air Allah. Allah is saying in Quran, all of these are Allah's symbols. You don't have the right, even though you came and you captured these lands by oppression and by cheating, by taking help from those who wants to destroy Islam. This is not your father's inheritance. This is land of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have Kaaba here, we have Shrine Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. And they would question the authority and their governance. So now, you want these individuals, who is the successor of the individuals buried here. We want those individuals to come into power, govern on us. In reality, my brothers and sisters, all of what I said is because of that. The whole thing about Baqee is not the issue of only shirk or asghar partners. It's rather the issue of being in power, being in authority, being in charge, and suppressing. That's what happened throughout the history. They martyred Ahlul Bayt because they know that they are the righteous people. They are the truthfully right people to govern the humanity and take humanity towards success, which is only possible by recognizing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And only they can do that, because these are Hujjat Allah. They are Allah's proof for the people. This always says, Assalamu alayka ya Hujjat Allahi fil ardh. Say, oh, my peace and blessing be upon you. Oh, the proof of Allah on the planet earth. What does it mean? It means that only you, when I see you, I recognize Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Through you, I remember Allah. You take me to Allah. Because Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, they are representing. That's why they are Sha'ir Allah. This is why Baqee, the graves of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, they all are Sha'ir Allah. They're symbols of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is why if somebody is disrespecting and honoring it, you would know that it is because they're not pious. There's something fishy about their hearts. They have spiritual disease. They're worldly people. They want world for themselves. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said that His promise in Quran that whoever is going to forget Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, rather they forget themselves. Ma'ishatan danka. They're going to have a very bad life. Not only bad life, they're going to have a very bad afterlife as well. I want all of us to be attentive. Days like 8th of Shawwal is a great opportunity for all of us to take that blindfold away from our eyes. Be attentive. When all the believers are gathered, what should their talk be about? And I was just mentioning this to some other brothers as well. Imagine, go back to the time of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. Go back to the time of Hazrat Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad farajahum. When the lovers of Ahlul Bayt, they would sit together, what would they talk about? They would say, did you hear from Imam Ali alayhi salam? Did you hear the Imam saying this, saying that? Did you know Imam wanted us to do that? Let's do it. How can we do it? My dear brothers and sisters, we are the ones who have an Imam. He's alive. And this is what we should be doing when we gather. We should focus on what does our Imam want from us. What does he want? What did he say? Who are his friends? Who are his enemies? Who is trying and striving for his return and who's actually becoming the hurdle for his return? This is what our talk should be about. This is what our gathering should be about. If we are truthful in what we say, that we are dwellers, we believe in 12 Imam, and one of our Imam, Hazrat Hujjat Imam al-Mahdi alayhi salam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. We cannot see him, but he can see us. This is what we read in Dua Nudma. We said that Mawla, oh Mawla, it is difficult for me that I see the people but I don't see you. Ya Mawla, it is difficult for me, I hear everybody but I don't hear you. Ya Hujjat Allah, Ya Aba Saleh, Ya Mahdi. Throughout my life, I've been calling upon your name. I call upon my dad, he answers me. I call my mother, she answers me. I call my brothers, they answer me. But my Mawla, when I call upon you, I don't get a response. I know it is me. My ears, they're not ready. My eyes, they're not ready. Ya Mawla, it is difficult for me. And you know what else is difficult for the believers? There is a lady called Lady Fatima Zahra Salamullah alayha. They hear about her. They hear her name. They hear Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam saying, Fatima, Sayyid Nisa al-Alameen. Fatima, Sayyid Nisa Ahlul Jannah. Fatima, Biddatun Minni. She's the best of the ladies of the world. She's the best of the ladies of the heaven. She is part of me. But when they want to go find her grave, they cannot find her grave. Ya Zahra, how oppressed are you? During your life, your door was burned. Your Mohsen got martyred. You were squeezed between door and the wall.
Don't tell them I'm no more. They must be hungry. Give them food first. But Ya Zahra, when they came, they tried to look for you. They were offered food. Ya Zahra, has it ever been before? We had our food without our mother. We want to see our mother. They went to the room. Imam al-Hassan, Imam al-Hussein, one of them, they threw themselves on the feet of the mother. Other on the other side, they called him Ya Ummah. Oh mother, please respond to us. But Zahra is not responding. Remember those moments when Ali alayhi salam was about to give back to Zahra? He told Asma, oh Asma, Zahra's children, they are younger, don't cry out loud. But there was a moment where Ali alayhi salam started giving back to Zahra. He started crying out loud. Asma was surprised, Ya Ali. A moment ago he was saying, don't cry out loud. What happened, Ya Ali? Ali had to say, oh Madluma, oh Makhura, Ya Zahra. There's so many of your injuries, but you didn't even tell us. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Qadan bi qada wa tasliman bi amri. Matam Hussein.
Ya Hussein. Ya Hussein. Ya Hussein. Ya Hussein. Ya Hussein. Ya Hussein. Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya
Ya
Hussein.
Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein. Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein.
Oh my Imam Zainul Abidin. 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 Oh Sajjad, you taught us the art of supplication. You showed us the power of prostration to make Islam our life's foundation, and how to ask Allah for salvation. Such is your status of holy soul. You made Allah's love your only goal. Oh my Imam Zainul Abidin. Oh my Imam Zainul Abidin. Oh my God, you are the great grandson of Muhammad. Inside your veins flows the purest of blood. You came down from heaven like a rosebud and left your scent forever in this world. Your name will live on forever now. Till death you'll be in our hearts we bow. Oh my Imam Zainul Abidin. Oh my Imam Zainul Abidin. Oh Sajjad, you were in prison, your feet were in chains, and on the chains splattered were your bloodstains. Inside your heart were the scars of those pains, of what you saw that day on the hot plains. Oh, you are patience personified. You thank Allah through your hands were tied. Oh my Imam Zainul Abidin. Oh my Imam Zainul Abidin. Oh Sajjad, you saw your father's head on the spear, your mother's bareheaded and in fear. Your sister was treated so severe that blood was pouring down from her ear. And yet you were so brave that you spoke. And in their courtyard the world awoke. Oh my Imam, Zainul Abidin. Oh my Imam, Zainul Abidin. Oh Sajjad, with quaking hands how you dug a small grave, a resting place for Sakina to lay. Her shroud was her shirt, covered in bloodstains. Till end of time, that is how she will stay. Until today, she's so far from home, a prison so dark, and she's alone. Oh my Imam, Zainul Abidin. Oh my Imam, Zainul Abidin. Oh Sajjad, for 40 long years you kept on weeping, 'cause in your mind Sham kept on repeating the lashes to God and all the beating. For all these feelings there is no healing. Those memories always will be raw, of what you heard, felt, and what you saw. Oh my Imam, Zainul Abidin. Oh my Imam, Zainul Abidin. Oh Sajjad, upon your deathbed you cried out and said, remember running Karbala, your heart bled. Your 72 loved ones were all dead. Hussein, your father, now lay beheaded. And then the tents were burned to the ground. Your feet were tied and your hands were bound. Oh my Imam, Zainul Abidin. Oh my Imam, Zainul Abidin. Oh Sajjad, you are my guidance, my inspiration. To emulate you is my intention. In every moment, in every second, your love will flow in me like an ocean. You are the leader of all of man, so please give us all a helping hand. Oh my Imam, Zainul Abidin. Oh my Imam, Zainul Abidin. Oh Sajjad, I want to follow in your direction. To fight for truth I will face objection. For my beliefs I will face rejection. I need your help, I need your protection. You stand against falsehood every day and lead my life master in your way. Oh my Imam, Zainul Abidin. Oh my Imam, Zainul Abidin. Oh Sajjad, when our Imam comes and rules with justice, with love and peace we will all coexist. We raise our hands, we cry and we say, we pray for this moment every day. Oh my Imam, Zainul Abidin. Oh my Imam, Zainul Abidin. وہ شام سے بدا تھا زینب نے رکھ دیا ہے وہ شام سے بدا تھا زینب نے رکھ دیا ہے سہارا تیری لحد پر غربت کی انتہا ہے نہ سایہ نہ رضا ہے سہارا تیری لحد پر
ماشاءاللہ
غربت کی انتہا ہے نہ سایہ نہ رضا ہے زہرا تیری لحد پر اے دو پہر ڈھل رہے ہیں خیال چل رہے ہیں دو پہر ڈھل رہے ہیں خیال چل رہے ہیں خیال جل رہے ہیں تصویر کربلا کی کوئی بنا رہا ہے سہارا تیری لحد پر غربت کی انتہا ہے نہ سایہ نہ رضا ہے سہارا تیری لحد پر غربت کی انتہا ہے نہ سایہ نہ رضا ہے سہارا تیری لحد پر زندانی کی گھٹن سے بے کفن سے زندانی کی گھٹن سے ہر لاش بے کفن سے ہر لاش بے کفن سے عابد نے جو سنبھالا وہ آنسو گر پڑا ہے سہارا تیری لحد پر غربت کی انتہا ہے نہ سایہ نہ رضا ہے سہارا تیری لحد پر غربت کی انتہا ہے نہ سایہ نہ رضا ہے زہرا تیری لحد پر چند پتھروں نے مل کر محبوبہ لکھ دیا ہے سہارا تیری لحد پر غربت کی انتہا ہے نہ سایہ نہ رضا ہے سہارا تیری لحد پر غربت کی انتہا ہے نہ سایہ نہ رضا ہے سہارا تیری لحد پر اے کیا یہ دلیل ہے اس کی کمر میں غم ہے کیا یہ دلیل کیوں ہے اس کی کمر میں غم ہے اس کی کمر میں غم ہے کئی بار آسمان نے سجدہ ادا کیا ہے سہارا تیری لحد پر غربت کی انتہا ہے نہ سایہ نہ رضا ہے سہارا تیری لحد پر غربت کی انتہا ہے نہ سایہ نہ رضا ہے زہرا تیری لحد پر اے سن کر غوا بھی ہوئی بلا بھی ہوئی سن کر غوا بھی ہوئی بلا بھی ہوئی خود کر بلا بھی ہوئی آگے رہے نجف میں جو مرضیہ پڑا ہے سہارا تیری لحد پر غربت کی انتہا ہے نہ سایہ نہ رضا ہے سہارا تیری لحد پر پتھروں نے مل کر محبوبہ لکھ دیا ہے سہارا تیری لحد پر غربت کی انتہا ہے نہ سایہ نہ رضا ہے है ज़हरा तेरी लहद पर गुर्बत की इंतहा है कहाँ साया नारदा है ज़हरा तेरी लहद पर गुर्बत की इंतहा है कहाँ साया नारदा है ज़हरा तेरी लहद पर तेरे नाम की चंद नतरे की लहद में तेरे नाम की चंद नतरे कामाएंगी लहद में कामाएंगी लहद में बख्श शकील की है ये नाम जो लिखा है ज़हरा तेरी लहद पर गुर्बत की इंतहा है ना साया नारदा है ज़हरा तेरी लहद पर या हुसैन 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 या हुसैन
السلام عليك يا رسول الله السلام عليك يا نبي الله السلام عليك يا حبيب الله السلام عليك محمد بن عبد الله خاتم النبيين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام عليك مولاي أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك عليكم مني جميعا سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت بقي الليل والنهار ولا جعله الله آخر لحظة منا لزيارتكم السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين وعلى بني فضل العباس وزينب الكبرى أم البين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام عليك مولاي غريب الغرباء يومين الضعفاء والفقراء السلام عليك يا أنيس النفوس السلام عليك أيها المدفون بأرض طوس السلطان أبو الحسن علي بن موسى الرضا المرتضى السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام عليك يا مولانا يا صاحب الأسر والزمان الأمان من فتنة الزمان السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن السلام عليك يا مظهر الإيمان السلام عليك يا أمير الكفر والطغيان عجل الله تعالى فرجا سهل الله تعالى مخرجا وجعلنا من أنصاره وعوانه والمستشهدين بين يديه السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
All those small kids come closer so we can recite dua first. Come on, everyone come in. What? So I'll recite together, ready? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma salli waliyyika al-hujjatil hasan salawatuka alayhi wa ala alihi fi hadhihi as-sa'a wa fi kulli sa'a وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا عينا حتى تسكنه لك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا ارحم الراحمين. الله لبيك يا مهدي لبيك يا مهدي لبيك يا مهدي لبيك يا مهدي